Hey, good morning, everyone. It's your boy Josh, the Mad Scientist. We are near the end of the season, which is really sad, but we had some great times and laughs together. I will never forget the Blazers game jokes and breakdown. Also, Raj's take on Bam versus the Hornets was legendary and hilarious. I still laugh thinking about those moments. I'm really gonna miss these NBA streams. It was a huge part of my day, and I'm glad we got to share that all together. But I hope we keep this vibe going with baseball. We have a 4-game slate today with an island game starting early at 1 p.m. Eastern. There's a lot of unknowns at the moment, so we'll have to speculate, and obviously some of these targets that we'll go over are most likely going to change as news drops. But we will try our best to formulate a plan of attack together. So, for one of the last times this season, let's get hunting. The Pacers at Sixers has a 14-point spread and a 234 implied total. The Sixers are still fighting for the 3 seed with the Celtics, so they have incentive to win today. And Embiid is also trying to cement his MVP case. He gets the poorest Pacers frontcourt defense again today, which he destroyed recently. So I will target his first half points and fantasy points. Tobias Harris has been very productive in the first half as well, so I will also target his 7.5 point prop. I want to target Harden's 10 assist prop, but I just worry about the game staying close. Also, I get the feeling that he is due for a big scoring game sometime soon. On the Pacers side, I like Halliburton's first half props too, including his 8.5 points. He will continue to dominate the usage and will hopefully try to finish the season with a strong performance. I just really hope the Pacers don't shut him down for the season and rule him out later today. The Pelicans at Grizzlies has a 6-point spread with a 232 implied total. The Pelicans can gain home court advantage for the playing game if they win out, so there is some motivation for them today. Brandon Ingram is questionable, so we need to wait on that news. But if he is out, then I will target McCollum's assist prop if it's at 6. But overall, we have to see how the Pelicans approach this game, and if they would rather rest starters than get home court advantage. Morant was recently upgraded to questionable, and it seems like they want to give him a run before the playoffs in order to get conditioning and dress rehearsal with the team, because he has played alongside Bane, Brooks, Jaren Jackson, and Steven Adams just 9 games this season due to various injuries and safety protocols. So I really think they'll get him run either today or tomorrow. If he does play today, then I will target his points or fantasy points, because I think he will come out hungry and eager to score after missing all that time. After seeing his team thrive without him, I think he'll want to make a statement and show that he's back and better than ever. The Warriors at Spurs has a 7-point spread with a 222 implied total. The Warriors must win out to secure the 3 seed and hold off the Mavs. Even though the Spurs are resting most of their starters, I still think the Warriors will take them seriously, because Pop and crew always give them problems, and this is something even Draymond admitted on his recent podcast show. So I will target Jordan Poole's 3-point prop if we get it, and his PRA, since he will have to carry the load on offense with Clay being out. We can also consider Draymond for his fantasy points. On the Spurs side, Pirtle, Kellen Johnson, and Vassell are all out, so this makes me like Trey Jones even more for his fantasy points, or even his real points. Also, Zach Collins will draw the start at center, and he should thrive today as long as he can stay out of foul trouble, so I will target his fantasy points too. Lonnie Walker is back, so he could go with his points, but I worry about him being limited with his back injury. And keep an eye out for Jay Rich props. He's been productive when key guys are out. The Kings at Clippers has a 12-point spread with a 226 implied total. Both of these teams have nothing to play for. Kings are looking ahead to vacation, while the Clippers are locked in their playoff spot. But we have seen Ty Lue give his starters run in order to let them gel together and to prep for the playoffs, especially with Norman Powell recently returning. He seems eager to solidify the playoff rotations, but who knows if he does this again today, so it is risky targeting full game props for the Clippers. But I still like Paul George's 3-point prop, since he will keep chucking it from 3. Also, if Zubac starts, then I like his first half fantasy point prop against his very weak Kings front court. But if he is ruled out, then we could target Hartenstein's fantasy point prop. On the Kings side, who knows what they do with Davion Mitchell. It was reported last game that he would have his minutes reduced, but then he ended up playing almost 40 minutes. So it's very risky targeting his full game props. But if he does get full run, then we can go with his assist prop. He almost had 20 assists that game. I assume they keep giving Damian Jones full run, so I will target his fantasy point prop. The Clippers have been bleeding fantasy points to centers all season long, and he's been very productive since taking over the starting role. So let's recap our favorite targets. First, Embiid's first half fantasy or real points. Second, Tobias Harris first half 7.5 points. Third, Trey Jones fantasy or real points. Fourth, Damian Jones fantasy points. Fifth, Zubac's first half fantasy points. And next, Halliburton Halliburton, first half, 8.5 points. And lastly, Jordan Poole, PRA, or his 3-point prop if we get it. Also, Morant will be a key target if he plays. Like I said, we have to see if some of these teams rest starters, so things could definitely change, and we have a lot of moving pieces. But let us know which game you think is the game in the comment section below, because most of these games have pretty healthy implied totals, but also each one carries a lot of unknowns with them. Also, please hit that like button. We really appreciate all of your support. You guys are the best. It truly has been the best time this season. And as always, best of luck everyone. I hope you crush it. Take care.